What's happening, guys? Today we got a video from the Geordie podcast. Is Tommy Fury afraid of Jake Paul? Link to their channels down below, and let's see what they got to say.
Did you see that video where Jake's like, mate, only time anyone's fucking looking for you on Google is when I'm talking about you. Look at Dylan Dennis, he's in prison. That'll be you if you don't take this.
It's a great thing because he put a thing up where he showed the analytics as well.
Oh,
didn't
mate.
It's like the only time you spike is when I mention you.
Oh, God. It really, this is the thing about...
I think that Tommy Fury's scared of him. I honestly think he's scared of him.
Once this fight, like, it's almost...
I honestly think that's so true. Like, he just recently turned down £1 million, which is a lot of money. Especially if he's fighting Jake Paul. He's supposed to be this big boxer versus this YouTuber. He just beat Tyron Woodley, of course, but, like, point is Tommy Fury is supposed to be this real boxer, and like he's too afraid to take the deal. Like, who cares if it's $0? Like, it's supposed to be Jake Paul. Like, there's all this clout that he could get. There's so much to gain from it, and the only conclusion that you can draw from that is that he's scared.
Thing. It's like, if you don't fight him, you can walk around and kid yourself, I guess, because if you're a Fury family member and you go in there and get beat by a YouTuber, with the way the Fury family conduct themselves and talk about themselves,
Yes,
you don't want to bring that kind of
Can I ask,
shame, really, innit?
Do you think it also goes the opposite? No, I don't mean you're wrong, but what I'm saying is, you know, when you see him posing in a Liverpool bar or whatever with his top off in front of all those girls and he's loving it and stuff. Doing, I thought that was a bit weird. That was a bit like you look a bit like.
Mate, what is he fucking playing at? Let's be honest.
You know, whenever you watch him, you think obviously he can see the use of Jake Paul. Jake Paul is useful.
Yeah.
He doesn't strike me as the kind of guy who's willing to do the time and put in the miles to get to the top. He's just like, I just need to go straight to the top. And it does feel a bit like Jake Paul is a fast forward for that.
This is the thing. Tommy Fury is a flash in the pan. Tommy Fury is not going to have a great boxing career. This is his chance to grab the bag while it's in his face.
Right.
The old "don't look a gift horse in the mouth" springs to mind big time. And the way Jake Paul broke it all down for him, it's like, this is what happens when you get a young media mogul talking to a kid who is an okay puncher. You know, the brains difference on these two lads. And I know people don't like Jake Paul, but the motherfucker became a multi-millionaire as a teenager for a reason.
I know, but I wouldn't call Tommy a multimedia.
Well, you know, we'll give him that because he was on.
He was on Love Island, wasn't he?
Yeah. Do you know what though? I was disgusted with the language that he used, Tommy. Did you hear the way that he just totally disregarded £1 million? It's like, you are a complete to talk and belittle that level of money,
especially when you know not one of his purses have been near.
Bro.
Yeah, again, like £1 million. Like, it's not a little bit of money. He's acting like Jake Paul should be giving him $5 million to fight a YouTuber. Like, come on.
I went to the boxing gym the next day. We were talking about it. I was like, mate, you've had fucking 100 times the experience that he's had, and he's knocking back £1 million as if it's.
Do you know
nothing.
I DM'd him about that? I'm not even joking. I sent him a DM. I was so angry.
What did you say?
I'll show you. I was so angry.
Rory's got history, by the way, for DMing quite a few people.
I love you, Rory.
It
DM'd Logan Paul once.
It just totally infuriated me. I just thought, who is this bloke? Because I don't really care about him. I don't really know who
Most
he is.
disrespectful. Like, the £1 million, that's a lot of money.
What did you say? Read it.
I said, bruv, you've got to stop referring to £1 million as nothing. It's such a horrible look, clown.
Clown.
So,
Yeah,
as an actual boxer, Loz, you know, you've for nothing trying to hustle, sell those tickets, and then you've got a guy who's literally got barely any real boxing background by comparison to yourself, and he's talking about £1 million being something that, oh well, you know, this is pittance to me.
I mean,
disgusting.
Also, it's a disgrace because if you're not scared, you think, £1 million, it's the easiest payday of my life, let's go. And it's like, bro, you're shook.
That's exactly what I said. I said he's coming from a fighting family, and that's like the way his dad talks about him. Just he would absolutely destroy him. So if it's going to be that easy, why wouldn't he just take that £1 million, which is obviously.
And the Fury family, the one thing they've always been saying is not about the money.
Yeah.
And the way he went on, it's like, you are scared. Like, I can see it all because your dad's got all this faith in you, and if you go in there and get smoked off a YouTube kid, that's it for you. You're never going to be the boxer that you thought you were going to be. But the point is, though, is the only big payday he's ever really had was off Jake Paul. Jake Paul literally done him a favour.
Of course he did.
And now Jake Paul's offering to times that by 4 and go, come on then, you're the big Fury man, you're the one who everyone says I'm going to lose to. And actually, Jake, for whatever people think about him, hate him, love him, whatever, he's shown balls there. He's called his bluff, and he's went, yeah, we'll go, let's make it happen. And if not, I'm never going to speak about you
and
again.
I really hope he sticks.
In 10 years, he may be something else. He'll be very rich in 10 years because what he's built is not a breakable thing. It's a brand. It's going to stick around. Tommy Fury is an ant to Jake Paul in the grand scheme of his story that he's putting together. This kid was a millionaire, multi-millionaire. People might think I'm sucking him off, but trust me, the amount of money, this kid must have made like 50 million quid already in his career.
Also,
Tommy
the million quid, the million quid that he's putting in front of him, it's more than that, isn't it, as well? It's going to result in so much more than that.
More followers, more this, more that.
Yeah.
The 1 million to get in the ring, I'm sure you'll be getting pay-per-view points.
Pay-per-view.
I'm sure he'll be getting brand deals to fuck on his shorts and everything else. What he doesn't realise is Jake Paul's doing the biggest favour of his life, and he's going, nah, I want more.
And isn't it a disgrace when you think about, like, even you, for example, you're slogging, you're training, you're working hard, and this prick is saying, I'm not fighting for £1 million. Who do you think you are?
He's in the boxing world either because a lot of boxers don't really respect YouTube boxing, unfortunately.
The more I've learned about boxing, the more I realise what a fucking snake pit of a fucking industry it is.
Yeah.
So fuck respect. I want me £1 million in the bank. You know what I mean?
It should be easy payday for him, really.
Yeah.
If it's meant to be that much of an easy fight, like we've said.
In terms of exploring this, there actually isn't a reason for him not to take the fight aside from being scared. There is no other reason.
Nah.
There's no reason.
He knows this is insane money. I have no idea who the fuck's advising him, but bloody hell.
It's a protection job, like the decision for Campbell Hatton today.
Yeah.
That decision is one of...
Like, that's just a bad look. Like, I'm sorry, Tommy, but if you're being offered £1 million and you're not taking a fight against somebody that has not been boxing their whole lives and you've been supposedly boxing since the age you were 6, you're not looking too good. Like, kind of makes him look like he's a bum boxer and he's too scared to fight him. And he wants to have the biggest payday because that's the last fight that he's ever going to have that's going to make him this much money.
We've got someone here who, like you says, all the women tune into BT Sport, which, you know, Frank Warren's cards are rarely great. You know, the numbers on that must be dwindling a little bit. And if you keep him, you keep a section of your audience for, let's say he's got a 3-year contract with them. Like, maybe they're thinking from, and Frank Warren's gone to him, bruv, if you lose this, we're fucked. But like, your whole shit's fucked.
Yeah,
like,
it is, and that would be right. But the point is you can continue fighting for Frank Warren as long as you want. You ain't never making that kind of money. So you either risk it now and get £1 million guaranteed, or you fanny on with Frank Warren.
That's the thing. He could fight 5 bums or 10 bums for the next 3 years and probably make more than that over that period of time.
I'd be surprised.
And you know what I mean? He's probably thinking...
But it's $1 million to step in the ring, isn't it? It's so much more than $1 million. It's so much more.
I hear what you're saying, though. I've got no doubt that they probably are thinking that.
But just association with the Paul brothers is success. Just association. Just simply being in a ring.
Your Instagram blows up.
Yeah, your followers.
He could do a YouTube channel. Like, there's a whole load of stuff that he could do that he will make loads more money.
It's so much more than $1 million. It's so much more than $1 million.
And if he hadn't done Love Island, we can all...
I'd fight Jake Paul for that much. Like, if you're smart, you'd fight Jake Paul for the amount he's offering, no matter what. Straight up.
Say these things that I'm trying to chuck into the argument about. Maybe he's thinking about the sport of boxing. Maybe he's thinking about this.
He's been on Love Island.
He wouldn't have went on
There's
Love
no
Island.
integrity. There's no integrity to the man. The man has no integrity. He's been on Love Island. You can't talk about your principle and your commitment and
you can't.
By the way, I watched Love Island, the season he was on. It's kind of good, but might be fake. I don't know. Let me know if you watched Love Island.
You can't act like you're a serious boxer when you go on Love Island. Like, shut the fuck up.
Right,
you know, you're 6'1". You look like a chiseled fucking Greek god, and yet you couldn't get a fucking MMA fighter who was half your size out of there in his first fucking boxing match, practically.
Yeah.
Like, that was an embarrassing fight that for him. And
that's true.
Obviously, Logan came on the show and said, you know, I had a fucking 45-day fucking bender, came back and stopped the kid in 1 round, and this is the one who gave him all them problems. You know what I mean? So Tommy's being exposed, and he needs to stop it. Like, he needs to put his nuts on the line now, I feel, and go, yeah, all right, I'll fight you, before it becomes... Because what you don't want to do is not get the money and become a joke. Then that's really
Also,
bad.
you have to ask about his mental state when he's doing that shit in clubs and that.
Mate, I also...
Is this guy serious?
I got to admit...
Do you know what I mean? Is he serious?
You know what? I reckon that clip goes out and there's 10 other clubs that go, I want that in my bar on Saturday night. I want him for however many...
Yeah, they'll pay 50 grand.
Yeah, because girls will go in and go, and obviously, you know, guys will go along and go, yeah, I'll get a look at this guy.
What are they thinking? I'm turning this into what the fuck the girls are thinking looking at him, but like,
well,
to me...
No, if you're a woman, what are you thinking when you look at Tommy Fury?
I'm looking at this fucking...
I'm sitting there.
I think they think he's a plank.
If you're Charlie Nicholas's daughter, what are you thinking?
Genuinely though, like, if your daughter's there, you're like, the fuck are you doing? Get the fuck out of that club and stop looking at that fucking dickhead.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
You're one of those 60-year-old dads of these girls who goes, what are you doing?
I'd come wading through the crowd, mate.
Yeah, literally.
Higher over my shoulder, I'd be going, I'm fucking home. What the fuck's wrong with you?
It's Fat Joe's.
Tommy fucking Fury. At least look at a good boxer. Do you know what I mean?
Alright guys, that was an interesting video. But hey, like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one.